everyone, welcome back to the Sunshine Archives. It is I, Robbie, and you are looking at my workstation. That is right. That mess you see before you is my desk, my bookshelf, my book cart, and our beloved IKEA Alex drawers. I'm going to give you a tour of my space as a collaboration with Heather, and I'll get more into that in just a moment, but let me take you through my desk first, then I will talk about Heather, our collab, and more of our snail mail, and then finally I will take you through my analog / neurodivergent autistic tote bag. So let's start. I think we'll start from left to right. We'll do the book cart, the desk, and the Alex drawers. Behold, the very poorly lit book cart. This does not contain books, as you might see. It now holds all of my journals. So that row right in the middle, those are all of my finished or half finished notebooks. So all of my Hobonichi cousins, Hones, Midori MDs, everything that I have finished from, I don't know, I'd say maybe like 2013 till the present. You see all the way to the bottom, that is a stack of notebooks and stationery that I'm planning to sell or give away. And then that bottom shelf, they're kind of like just partly used, like works in progress that I'm just currently not using, but they're definitely there and available to me if I want to grab them or use them for any other purpose at any time. Some Leuchtturms, some binders, Midori MDs, hobonichi weeks, like my traveler's notebooks are down there. I love my traveler's notebook, but it's just currently not in use. And then the top shelf is what I'm currently using. So we have my index cards. Yes, my index cards here. Hobonichi, binders, things that are in the works. So if we pivot, see the desk is right there. So when I sit at my desk, I can reach around. So I'll sit. Hi, I'm sitting. I can reach around and I can grab whatever it is that I need. It's right there for me. Use it, work on it, and put it back. So everything is at arm's reach. Here on this side, this is mostly a little storage space. This isn't gonna stay there forever. Obviously, we would want this space to be open, but we're still figuring out our systems and decluttering. So unfortunately, we are keeping a few things here. That's just the reality of the situation. So let me take you through my desk. Fascinating. So I use a Halloween pumpkin as a trash for my desk space. So all of my little papers, stickers, anything that doesn't end up in my notebook, half of cut up receipts ends up in the pumpkin. And then it's River's childhood,
like trick or treat
pumpkin.
Yeah,
you can hear them in the background. How long have you had it?
my whole life.
River's entire life. Pumpkin. And then that plastic drawer, again, it's not its final home, but for now it contains my nail hobby. So I have, everything's pink because it's my favorite color. My nail lamp, the little like cotton-free or like lint-free wipes. These are like little Q-tips to get around the cuticles, and more nail stuff. I can make another nail video if that's something you're interested in, but this is a stationery channel, so nail things beneath my desk because I also not only journal and film and write and read at my desk, but I also do my nails at my desk. So my desk is from Floyd. I got it pre-2020, so it was pretty inexpensive at the time. It's like real wood and just like metal legs. So it's like really well done, really well made. It's really easy to put together and take apart. I wouldn't recommend Floyd now because it's just so expensive, but it was a lot more affordable for like the quality at the time. So that's Floyd. It was originally sold as a dining table, so it's not meant to be a desk, which is why it's so large. It has so much space, and then it doesn't have storage because it's meant to be a place to sit and eat and not a place to sit and work. It has served me well. I've had it for a long time. I am thinking of getting a desk that can rise because I find that I'm really tall and it hurts my back and my shoulders and my neck to kind of hunch over my items, my nails, things like that. So I do want a desk that I can change the height of eventually, but it has served me really, 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 really well. And I've spilled chemicals on this and it's still going strong. Okay, let's start at the left. Y'all always have questions about this. I think I talked about this drawer set on my first channel, but I'll talk about it again. All right, these are from a brand called Iris. I purchased them my very first year as a full-time teacher for my classroom, and it was my classroom drawer set. So it carries a lot of memories, unfortunately not the best ones. And I think you can get this on Amazon, Michael's, the Container Store. So the Iris toolbox, it has 24 drawers. And then as you can see, my ADHD brain, I put in images and text. This was actually there for the 5-year-olds so that they knew what was in there. And then I very quickly discovered that 5-year-olds cannot be trusted to get their own supplies. So then I kept it at my desk, and then it became my toolbox. And these I purchased from a teacher. Her online store is called Kraus Math, Kraus Math. I'll link her below. I've made new ones. So like the rulers one and the hole punch one, you can see that like the paper that I used for this is like a different color, like the text is different because these are newer ones. I recently created this, so I bought that file one time, and it doesn't matter how many times I've lost the file because I can always go back to her website, and it has it saved. So I'm gonna link her down below if you also want, or you're a teacher or you're thinking about buying this, if you also want to be able to label your things, if you have object permanence issues. This helps me know what's inside without necessarily having to look at it. I think the illustrations and the colors are very much my vibe, like pastels, teacher vibes. And it has an incredible amount of space for me, so I can have lots of pens and Sharpies and glue sticks in there, and I feel like they fit perfectly. And they also contain everything for me. So once like a little drawer is filled out, like, okay, now I need to assess. What do I need to remove from here if I want to buy something new? Because I only have one drawer for markers. So I'll take you through what's in there. Post-it box has post-it notes. Ruler box has a ruler. Hole punch has a hole punch and my perforating tool. So these are just pieces of paper that are literally just taped to the front. So the staples has staples, binder clips has binder clips, whiteout has whiteout, and so forth. Some of them don't have any. I have to make room for them, like my tempura sticks and my brushes. Don't currently have one, but I can make one. Sharpies. Dun, da, da, da. And then on the top, I put my favorite art supplies. So I have my Schminke watercolor set, some watercolor brushes from Michael's, Caran d'Ache gouache. I have colored pencils in here, alcohol markers back here, and some liquid watercolor. And we move to the right. These are my dopamine items, the things that when I sit with them bring me a lot of joy. This is River's toy from their childhood, a Polly Pocket that they got me for not our anniversaries, for Valentine's Day last year. This little cow bag River gave me as well for my birthday. I think it has my stamps in it right now. My stamp pouch. And then I have this little ceramic LaCroix. I love things that look like other things. This is a magnifying glass from my grandfather and an orange Tombow. My MacBook, so this is always on. It's on screen and phone mirroring when I film so that I can see what I'm doing. Sleep mask, that's actually a pen holder from Esterbrook. My Yumi Kitaichi, my clock that helps my ADHD, my Hermes baby, my typewriter. And that's my desk. That's what you see. This is where the magic happens. And then that ends up on the right side with our Alex drawers. This is an Epson printer. I used to have two. I have one in storage right now. It was always like one at home and one in my classroom. I like this printer because I don't always have to be purchasing like ink cartridges because it's the ones that you fill in with ink. But I do have trouble with this printing on like clear or like semi-matte sticker paper because I find that the black ink on these types of printers doesn't dry and kind of like just never sets. So I've never had a printer that I'm totally in love with, but this is the one that's been like the cheapest to maintain, and the ink is archival, so it's the one that I keep using. I've had this one for like 5 years now. It's the Epson. This is just for my art girlies, ET2760. That's for y'all. Knickknacks, paddywhacks, because sometimes we don't have space to put things. And then the Alex drawers. So I'll take you through what's in the Alex drawers. The first is miscellaneous. So we have some cow udders that River made me. to like put rings and jewelry. This is something that just needs to be, I think, like reglazed because it's a little bit sticky. Black wing, hot glue, tape, scissors. So just like arts and craft supplies. And the next one is tech. I do have a laminator. Again, I am a teacher. I love laminating. I like to laminate my index cards and use them as like washi tape samples. I like to make art and laminate it. You always need a laminator, at least as an educator. My photo printer and like extra photo film for my journaling. Beneath that, I have some more stamps, and then we have all like our mailing stuff. So envelopes, letter opener, greeting cards, that sort of thing. And again, when I sit at my chair at my desk, I can just like move over a little, and then this is also fully at arm's reach, so I don't have to stand up to access it. This is more miscellaneous stationery. So we have a regular 3-hole punch, a 6-hole punch, stapler, regular tape, a corner cutter. This is a tape, like a label maker, and I have some stickers in here. And then finally, the drawer pouches. Oh my God. All of my pencil pouches, pencil cases, hobonichi pouches, hobonichi cases live in the bottom drawer. That is my desk. Hello, this is the perspective you are all accustomed to, but you might not be accustomed to this pink. The green mat has left the building and the pink mat has returned. It is stained, it is decrepit, and it has seen better days, but it is here and you gotta deal with it, so you're welcome. So Heather sent me these beautiful tarot decks that I'm excited to go through with you, and a stack of books. So I found Heather way back in the day. I was probably like my early 20s. I'm turning 31 in 2 months. And it was probably one of the hardest moments of my life. And I found witchcraft and spirituality, and it was like a special interest that gave me a lot of hope, and it gave me a lot of purpose and motivation to keep going in my life and to heal and to change and to grow. And it's just what I needed in that moment of my life. And Heather was one of the very first people on YouTube that I found along this path, like a spiritual journaler, artistic, like inspirational person. And I didn't know that that could be on the internet. Like I hadn't discovered how YouTube can be a niche for everyone. And during that time, I discovered like witch YouTube, like grimoire flips and spells and tarot cards and crystals and all of that stuff. And Heather was a really big part of it. And she has been here through like all of my channels, like always subscribing, commenting, like being supportive. And here we are, like, I don't know, 7 years later, and she's still watching, and we're finally collaborating, and that feels amazing. I think I really just have opened myself up to it as well. I was really closed off. Like I wasn't the kind of person who would really accept friendship and community and other people in that way. I think just my tone and my energy was different, and so people didn't reach out. And so many more people have reached out now, and I reached out to them, like Sai, Chris, Sush, Heather, and like that's just within the last few months. And it's because I'm finally opening up to that possibility and that vulnerability. So thank you for reaching out, Heather, and helping me on this journey of accepting love and kindness from others. So the first thing Heather sent me was these 2 tarot decks that they were decluttering, and I was like, yes, like I'm really called to these boxes. I think River would maybe like this one because it's more like nature and animal focused, and River's like obsessed with nature, and this one's like so pastel and like watercolory and more up my vibe. I haven't read with them yet, but I have opened them up. I'm gonna show them to you. Has a feather. I literally have a feather tattoo. Has some cute little stars. I think it's an oracle deck. Look how beautiful the box is. So she sent me the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck. What better way to give it a shot than to pull some cards here for this video? So let's pull a card for you, viewer. I used to do tarot content on my other channel. I've even like set up a whole like tarot channel. Like it's called this, I'm not gonna tell you what it's called. I don't want you to look for it because there's nothing on there. Because I so also want to be this like spiritual tarot card slinger on the internet. It's like that, the fig tree. The fig tree always comes up. Like, I want to be this, and I want to be that, and I want to be this, and I want to be that. And then at the end of the day, I'm nothing, and I'm not showing up, and all I have is ideas and no output because it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Okay. Whoop. Anything else in there? Oh, they're so pretty. It makes me feel like this, like a deck is something I could create because they look so like simple in the way that they're drawn, but also so beautiful, just like watercolor and like ink splotches and some circles. So the first card that I pulled was Trine, and it says angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. And the other one was Jupiter, to grow and expand. And I think it just means that I love how like I pulled this for you, and I'm like, this is about me. We want to be supported and be in flow state all the time, but we only have so much time in the world, and we need to grow and expand. And sometimes that means we have to do it independently and outside of view. And sometimes it's not harmonic and it's not perfect, but we always have support, if not in others, then in ourselves. So yes, beautiful, beautiful reading. It also like smells like incense. I used to burn incense all the time. And I just love that it came with like Heather's house smell. I don't know. I love the smell. I think there's like a book called like The Smell of Other People's Houses. Scents are so poignant and powerful. Like I just smell something and I'm like, oh my God, like that's the smell of my parent, you know? And I'm like, this is the smell of Heather, of like a witchy spiritual person's house. It smells herby and smoky, and I love that came with the items. It made it like all the more special to me. Okay, and then we have the Wildwood Tarot. Let's see, how do I open this one? It's a lid. Here we go. So cool. Ooh, green. Nice. These are slippy. The other ones were like more matte. All right. Let's pull one of these. Ooh, I like how these sound. Good sound, good texture. My autism likes it. I don't think they want to say anything. Oh, just kidding. Okay. The Green Woman and the Two of Stones. Interesting. I don't want to read the book because I just love looking at the pictures and seeing what comes up. Like I like how warm everything is. It definitely looks and feels like springtime. Because I mean there's rabbits and there's flowers, and it does look like conflict, but it doesn't look like it's really gonna get anywhere. Like it doesn't seem like super violent. It just seems kind of like frivolous conflict. And then the Green Woman is giving like magician energy. This little guy's being a little weirdo over here. I don't know. Maybe stop focusing on those internal conflicts, or heal those internal conflicts and start forging a new path. I don't know. Cool. I'm excited to give these more opportunities in my life and in my practice and see how they go. Maybe they'll vibe really well with my other cards. Thank you, Heather. I love these. I've never been gifted tarot before. I don't know if I've ever said, I've never, ever been gifted tarot before. So it feels really special that this was given to me and that it's been used and it had a life and it has like its own energy, because I've only ever purchased tarot for myself, like brand new cards, and it feels good to know that this is my first gifted set. So that's the first thing that came in the Pen Pal collab box. Heather also sent me this beautiful note, and I keep my note. I forgot to show you this during the desk tour. I have this little soap holder, and in it I keep my card of the year. I have a love note from River, and one of River's what are these called, baby? Lino cut prints that they made of this beautiful apple. I'll leave this here so you can see how artistic River is, and tell them to make more art. Open up an Etsy store, babe. Oh. Yes. So this is what Heather said. Thank you for collaborating with me. I'm so excited and inspired by you. I hope you enjoy these and my own little bookish creations. All the love, Heather. So stinky cute. So these are the books. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to start with Heather's book. So Heather has written these 2 books that they sent to me. The Wild Sexy Marriage and The Wild Sexy Life Chick. I started reading both of these actually, and I'm so excited to read them, mostly to like learn more about Heather, but also it kind of inspires me to get writing again. I'm like if Heather can do it, I can do it. Like it's inspiring to see like people that you know and you admire kind of put things into the world. It makes you feel like, okay, like this isn't something that is unachievable. Like I too can put in time and work and create some output and some art for the world. So this one's about kind of more on the self and an inner journey. And this one's more about like love and marriage and like the true like nitty grittiness that comes with relationships. Then we have the Calculation of Volume, which I wanted to read. I think did it come out last year? I've never read Karl Ove Knausgaard. I think it came out last year. I don't know who wrote it. It doesn't matter. It's a Groundhog Day book. Groundhog Day stories are my favorite. I've never seen Groundhog Day, but I've seen like all the movies and like TV shows. You know, there's like a supernatural Groundhog Day. Repeating the same day over and over and over is like one of my favorite tropes. And this day I think it like repeats November 8th or 18th or something over and over and over and over again. And then all of these books are about writing. I love books about writing. The Intimate Art of Writing Poetry. Story is a State of Mind. Revised Edition Consolations. This is kind of like a bibliomancy kind of book, so let's pull one. Haunted is the word. Ooh, what a good word. Haunted is a word that denotes an unresolved parallel, a presence that is not quite a presence, a visitation by the as yet unspeakable. What are you haunted by? What does the word haunting or haunt mean to you? And writing as a way of healing. So excited to dive into all of these and write notes and index cards about all of these. So thank you so much, Heather. And the last part of this video is going to be showing you my analog bag, my analog tote bag. It is also a place where I hold some like autistic tools that I need to make it through the day and survive. So I'll be right back with my analog bag. Behold the analog bag that assures that I have everything I need at a moment's notice. This is just like my desk on the go. Oh my gosh, everything's falling apart. I take this to work on Mondays and I bring it back on Fridays because I already have things here at home, and by the time I get home anyways, I don't want to create. I want to shower, eat, and go to bed because I am burnt out. But I do have a lunch break every single day, and I assure that I always sit down and do one thing that makes me happy, one thing that lights my soul up, to prevent burnout as much as possible and make sure that I'm always joyful and doing something that I love. So this tote bag we got at Paper and Pencil, and it's a Dalton Co. bag. It's just blank canvas. So I'll take you from the front. We'll take you all around and then we can take you inside, or should I take you inside first? Let me go inside first so that we can empty the bag. I have my headphones because I have a shared space at my job, which means that my environment is very loud and I never get a moment of quiet and solitude. And I need to find those and make those moments for myself. So I always bring headphones and just put them on silent mode or turn on some binaural beats or something like that. Then I have my indoor glasses. These are my Thera specs because I work at a school and schools are just lit by fluorescent, buzzing, flickering lights that give me headaches and make me really dizzy. So when I can't stand it anymore, or when I'm sitting down and journaling and I don't want to be dizzy and I don't want to get a headache, I put on my Thera specs. So I'm here with my pink glasses and my chunky green headphones, and I'm just trying to numb the world out a little bit so I can play and focus and be curious. Then I always have a book that I'm reading in case that I want to read. This is from Machado de Assis, The Posthumous Memoirs of Bra Kubal, the book that I'm reading. I have two binders. I have the binder that I'm currently using. I have my habit tracking here to assure that at some point I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I want to be doing, working with my index cards, memory keeping, brain drain, doing my affirmations. And then if we go here, I have my memory keeping that I take with me. And then I have my brain drain where I do my morning pages, stream of consciousness. So I have this with me. So whatever kind of stationery play I want to have, I always have it with me. And I also bring my sticker binder so that if all I want to do is stick down some stickers, I can do that too. I can also offer stickers to the children. And then the most important is my planner. I'm currently using the Filofax Ranger as my school planner. So I have my friction pen in here, and just the months, the weeks with my to-dos, and then some blank paper in the back. Okay, so that is the inside of my analog bag. Let's take you to the sides. I have this little keychain. It works really well as a fidget, like something that's soft and squishy that you can use as like a stress ball. It's also so bright and cheery. It makes my eyes really happy. It's always like a hit of dopamine when I see it. On the sides, I have my most used tools. So I always have a pair of scissors with me. I have a ruler to make straight lines, and I have my tape runner and a refill for my tape runner in case I run out. And I mostly use this for the memory keeping aspect of like a teacher gives me a candy, I'll like cut out the candy wrapper, you know, and put like so-and-so gave me candy today, and like that's my memory. And since everything in here is pink, I also keep my little date stamp. I do have like an analog date stamp, like one that you, not like this isn't analog, but like a non-self-inking one, but I got this self-inking one because it's so cute and I don't have to bring a separate stamp pad with me. So that goes in there as well. And no, it doesn't like stamp on its own. On the other side, it's another pink side, I have my index cards. So I keep blank index cards in here, A6 size and A7 size. Right now they are written on and they are used because I have used them. So if I want to work on index cards, I always have my cards to work with, whether it's like creative writing that I want to do based on old cards or just some quotes I want to write down from the books that I'm reading. On the back, I have my washi tapes, which I have put on a carabiner in the back so that I can always have my favorite washi tapes with me, and those are just hanging on the handle. I have a clip to hold my notebooks open. I have a fan because I have POTS and overheating really flares me up, so I have a fan with me to prevent that. And I also have an ice pack in case my fan dies or I don't have my fan with me. I also keep ice packs like in my backpack because my tote bag stays at my desk, but I carry this around with me, and I have used them before. Our building is very old and sometimes the heater is like way too hot and I'm like there like panting, and so cold packs have also really come in handy to reduce like POTS symptoms when I'm overheated. It also works for anxiety and panic attacks to put like cold like under your armpits. It really takes you out of your body, or like more into your body. I mean like in that moment when you're struggling. So I think always having something cold with you is important. If you don't have an ice pack, you can also, like for example, I have baby chew toys in my freezer that have like liquid inside, and I use those here at home if I'm panicking or I am distressed. So that's something you can also bring around with you. I just feel like ice packs are just an easier like emergency thing to have with me. Also, if a kid gets injured, you know, like ice packs are great. I have some nail glue in here that I forgot to remove for this video. I had some press on nails. Nails, I guess it's good that it stayed in there. It's like a happy little accident. Nails are really, really stimmy for me. Either I don't want anything on my nails and I don't want to feel anything and I just want to feel the keyboard on my fingers, or I want to look at my nails and have nails on and like rub them together and click clack them on things. And a fun way that I get to do that is with press on nail. So I had a little glue in case I lost a nail. I have one of my favorite fidget toys. Just listen to it. It makes me so happy. My rainbow slug to fidget with. I have gum for oral fixation and like oral fidgeting. I'm always chewing on something. This helps a lot too. It helps my ADHD, like it helps me concentrate, helps me be in my body. It helps me if I like can't eat at that particular moment, if I feel like I want to eat something. It's a really sensory like fidget for me to chew gum. And I love like fruity flavored gum the best. Then what else do I have in here? I have an eraser for my pencil. And oh, some nail tools. Oh my gosh, did I get nail oil on there? Nails are also, again, like I said, like a very sensory thing. So if my nail's broken and it's attaching to my clothes, I hate that. If I have like little pieces of like skin, I don't like that. So this also prevents like nail picking and nail biting behaviors because I have the tools that I need to do those things instead of like putting them in my mouth. And also have a cuticle oil because I hate when my hands feel dry. I don't like it. So my nail tools, so let's put those back. I don't need the nail glue anymore. Put it in the pumpkin. And I currently don't need the pencil eraser, so I'm gonna put it in my pencil drawer. All right, and now all that's left is the front. So speaking of dopamine and joy, I have all these pins. This is my pin collection. All of my pins are on my bag. These pins bring me a lot of joy. This one's Rivers from their childhood. This is from my childhood. All of these three, like I was a school safety patrol. I had perfect attendance. This is from, I think, like my first time going to Disney. This I found at school, like on the ground. It doesn't even have a backing. But sometimes I'm called spiritually to like virgin mothers. This is my deceased mother's pin. It's like one of the little things that I have of hers. Yeah, not to get too mushy gushy, but yeah, burn Ernie. Those are my pins. And then my favorite tools. So I'll start on the right since there's less here. These are my favorite childhood pencils. I bought these out of pure joy and excitement. So they used to not sell them like this in separate colors. It was always a solid color. And I used to have my parents buy me like several ones. And I always used to remove this part all by myself with my teeth as like a 7-year-old kid and like remove this part of the pencil. And I would make my own mismatched pencils, and I was the only kid in school who had it and who knew how to do it, and like no one else did, and I felt so cool. The 0.5 was always my favorite. Unfortunately, this is a 0.7, but this was a pure childhood dopamine buy. Like they sell them like this now. Amazing. I'm obsessed with friction. I love friction highlighters. I like using them in my planners specifically because I'm always color coding things. Like purple is when I have a day off, like pink is like any medical stuff. Yellow is like work related stuff. So I love having my friction highlighters with me. It also makes highlighting in books not so scary because then I can just always erase my highlights. Although the shittier the book paper, the shittier the erasing is gonna be, but definitely for planners, love me a friction. I have my chapstick. My favorite one is the homeoplasmine, but I lost it. It's like an aluminum tube from France. You can get them on Amazon, but it's super expensive. So right now I'm just using CeraVe. I used to be an Aquaphor person, but I have a lanolin allergy. So I developed one from overuse. So now I'm stuck with this. This isn't the greatest, but again, I can't have dry anything. I'm reapplying lip stuff like 100 times a day. If it's not lip balm, it's lip gloss or lipstick. I need to have something on my lips at all times as like a textural, sensorial thing. I can also put this on my hands if they get dry. I hate the feeling of dry hands. Again, bad texture. I'm currently just using one fountain pen because I'm trying to be a minimalist with my fountain pens. And Twiz beads are really hard nibs, so they withstand the pressure and angle of my writing. And they have O-rings so that I can't over tighten or under tighten the cap, because I ruined a lot of pen caps, like really expensive pens, from over tightening the cap. So Twiz beads really are just an accommodation for me. And this is so pretty. I think it's a Diamond 580 mini, and I'm really enjoying it. And I like just kind of having one inked pen to write with. It feels good. I have some glue because some things you can't use a tape runner on because it won't stick. So I would just have a little bit of glue. I have an eraser. This is a Tombow eraser. This is my Uniball pen. I only use this primarily for things that I want to last. So for example, like labeling or writing on my index cards. My Foglietto index cards are not fountain pen friendly, and then I don't want to use friction on it or pencil because I don't want it to like erase over time. So that's when the Uniball pen comes in. And finally, my Tombow, my favorite red Tombow that I use as a highlighter or a marker to draw, for lettering, for whatever I want. And this is my bag of happiness, of joy that I take around with me to work and that lives on my desk at work, because I like knowing, and I feel really safe knowing that throughout the day I'm always going to have a safe space, a time of solitude, of calm, and of play, so that I can regulate my nervous system and be the best teacher that I can be. So that is all, that is everything. This has been an extraordinarily long video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Heather, for doing this collaboration with me. It's been a joy, it's been a blessing. Thank you so much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.